Is it now too late to say sorry? Hey all, welcome to Sportswire. There you go, another video today on one of the most controversial topics that have happened in 2021 or probably early 2022. Romelu Lukaku now apologizes to all the Chelsea fans on whatever has happened in the last month, and he regrets the statements that he has actually provided to Sky Italia in the month of December. I'm just going to quickly summarize what actually went on in the interview and what basically transpired after that, right? So, the first thing that happened was Romelu Lukaku gives an interview to Sky Italia without the club's permission, without Chelsea Football Club's permission. And that interview becomes a bit more controversial, where he says he loves the Inter fans, they're the best fans in the world. He also goes on to say that Thomas Tuchel has not been playing in the system that he would love to play in. So there are other controversies as well. Part of this interview, I've not told everything, but then you get the gist of it. It was released basically 3 weeks after Romelu Lukaku provided the interview to Sky Italia. So if you connect the timelines, it is basically after the Manchester United game where he got only 8 minutes to play against his former club, where he actually had something to prove against, and maybe he was not allowed because he was not completely ready for the game. So I think the disappointment could have stemmed because of that. But either way, he shouldn't have said what he said. Having said that, it's been 3 weeks, and then once Romelu Lukaku comes to form, we come to hear about this particular issue. This was released, and Fabrizio Romano, who was the one who actually tweeted about the issue, and people thought, you know what, Fabrizio Romano is not probably translating it properly because the interview was in Italian, right? But then we had other Italian experts who did the translation, and we later realized, you know what? Maybe what he said shouldn't have been said. Because let's make one thing clear, there are a lot of fans, Romelu Lukaku fans, who went to that Stamford Bridge and chanted his name and provided his support to the Chelsea Football Club. So if you think about it, what he's basically done is on one side, but you've got a lot of Chelsea fans who are supporting you, mate. So you might have to be very careful when you talk about these things. Anyways, he's done the talking. I particularly like the way that Thomas Tuchel has actually dealt with this issue. He came and spoke about this particular issue twice in the media. He was defending Romelu Lukaku throughout the interview, both the interviews. And I like the way that he was doing that as well. He said this issue is something that has to be dealt with internally and the club will do it. This was during the first phase of the interview. And then in the second interview that happened today, he said that we have had this conversation, me and Romelu Lukaku, also along with the board, and things are peaceful between us now. He's apologized to us, he's apologized to the players, so it's all sorted. And the fans started questioning. That's fine, but it was also affecting us, so he might have to also apologize to us. And there came the interview. Chelsea has already released the apology video of Romelu Lukaku. He goes on to say that he loves the club. His childhood ambition was to play for Chelsea Football Club from the age of 10. Now he's at 28 and he's got this wonderful opportunity and he's been working hard for 10 years to play for this club and for this moment, and he doesn't want to waste it. And he wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. And he signed a long contract with Chelsea Football Club. And that is the reason why he signed that contract as well. And this is a 5-year contract with Chelsea Football Club. Now, I know a lot of people could be speculative of this topic. Um, a lot of people think, why would I want to believe him right now? Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. But this is what I'll tell you guys, right? As a fan of Chelsea Football Club, I request you to judge him based on his performance on the field. I understand you guys are frustrated about it, and you've got all rights to be. Maybe some of you guys don't accept his apology. Maybe some of you guys don't want him to play in Chelsea shirt ever. But to make an error is human. So let's try and be a bit more forgiving about the situation. And let's try and support him because he's the one who's our number 9 right now, and he's the one who's wearing the Chelsea shirt, and he's the one who's we're going to be playing at the Stamford Bridge. Of course, he needs to win the confidence of the fans, not just the players playing around him, not just the manager and the board. He needs to win the confidence of the fans. But in order to win our confidence, we'll have to give him a chance. And I think it's high time we give that chance to him, allow him to prove to us why he should stay and why we should support him. I believe he's going to be giving his 100% to the club on the field and off the field. And a lot depends on how he is going to be behaving post this. And I'm really confident he would have learned a lot from this situation. So Lukaku had to make a decision basically, right? He could have either not given an apology, scored 20, 25 goals for us, been a mercenary, and could have gone to a different club end of the season, or could appeal to the emotions of the fans and try to win them back. I like the way that he chose the second option because that showed that he wanted to be in the club. And I think it's time for Chelsea fans to sit back and enjoy the ride. Chelsea Football Club are back. We're going to have an amazing 2022. Let us support Chelsea Football Club, up the Chels. Until next time, this is VJ signing off. You guys have a great day.